Greetings, beautiful people. Happy September 6th. Where we're at? September 6th? Yes. Happy September 6th. It's Sunday. I am getting ready to go for a walk and then go golfing and for breakfast with Tara and Marie. So I'm pretty excited about that. I haven't seen Tara in probably, I don't know. You probably know better than me. Whenever the last time I told you I saw her was. And she's a little behind in my life and I'm a little behind in hers. I want to hear about her vacation, and I sent her a note letting her know I quit my job, and she's like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, we need to catch up." So I'm looking forward to a day with them. Okay, September 6th, Emmett Fox says, God has no office hours. There is never a time when God is unavailable. What a wonderful comfort to know God is always there to help us. There is no desert too distant or ocean too wide to get lost from God. God seems to like our simple prayers. Sometimes just saying, "Please help me," will bring us a blessed feeling of peace and relief. Remembering to remember God's constant presence is the answer. As soon as we recall God's love, we feel a deep down letting go of our cares. We relax and sigh. Yes, this is the solution. But then we seem to forget again and rush about. Maybe we can find a way to tie a mental string around our finger to remind us that every problem we have has a spiritual solution. The more we practice pausing and letting God's comfort flow through us, the safer life becomes. God is always there. Today, help me remember that God never goes off duty. So this is a very God-centric reading, huh? And knowing me, you know that universe is my higher power. And whether it's universe or God, I think what I'm getting out of this reading this morning is that having our faith and our belief is not a part-time job, right? We need to always be mindful that there's a plan for us. It's saying that we can get comfort in having a faith or a belief when it says God seems to like our simple prayers. Sometimes just saying, "Please help me," will bring us a blessed feeling of peace and relief. And I talked about this when it came to American tradition. And again, that's all I know, right, is American culture and tradition. And even here it varies from geographical area to geographical area. But when dealing with grieving or death, faith is where a lot of solace comes from. Faith or religion or God or spirituality, whatever you want to call it, for when dealing with losses and grief. And I guess it isn't just death. It could be losing a job or having a bad situation or encountering a flood or a fire. Just there's something about when something really bad happens that we believe that it's part of the bigger plan, or we know that there's someone in our corner, even though we might not understand it at the time. That's the secret sauce. I feel like for me, that's how I can get through anything now, is because I know that everything has its purpose, and everything, whether it sucks at the time or not, will be okay on the other side. It's a really crazy, amazing, monumental feeling to feel that way. It gives me a whole lot of peace now that I figured out that context. Remembering God's constant presence is the answer. That's kind of what I'm talking about. As soon as we feel like it is bigger than us, we can just kind of sigh and relax. Relax and relief are intertwined here this morning. But we aren't always thinking about that, especially in the heat of the moment. So if you were having, so my friend that I was telling you about yesterday, that hopefully we're on day 4 today. I didn't hear from him yesterday, which is making me nervous. But if we're on day 4, that would be fantastic. If we're on day 1, then we're on day 1. I don't I don't know where we are. But anyway, he goes to church on Sundays, and he definitely has faith. And whenever he was struggling throughout the course, or often I should say, when he was struggling throughout the course of the days that he was not using, he was very cognizant of his God and of his, his faith. And he expressed gratitude, and he was more engaged in it. Now, I don't know what happens when we use. We're definitely not thinking probably about God. It's not like, oh, God, support me in going to gamble or going to use drugs or drink or whatever that is. I don't think that that's how it goes. Maybe if we did, like in GA, we talk about, phone a friend mentality, or call someone if you want to go, or you're having an urge, or even in group, or, it's just community. It's just a way to think, pick up the phone because someone relates. So that totally makes sense. But how often do people pray when they are having an urge? I don't know the answer to that. I'm just curious. And if they did pray to whatever they believed in, or just, had a conversation with air or the doorknob or the dog or any of those things, would they still follow through and go bet? I mean, I don't know the answer, but I just have to wonder. And then as I was saying that, I have to wonder if well, I guess it doesn't matter what you believe in per se. It's just believing in something. So if the doorknob was your higher power, for example, and you truly believe that and believed that it would answer your prayers, I guess you could talk to the doorknob. That's a Gamblers Anonymous thing. If you're not familiar, it's a way to help the folks that maybe aren't tied to a God or a universe or source or whatever you want to call it, to understand that they don't have to be to work the 12 steps. And I'm a believer in that. I mean, I didn't have faith in really anything until this last couple years. So, and I went to GA for, over 5 years before finding it. So it's everybody has their own time and journey. Once you do find it, though, that's kind of more what this is about, is remembering to kind of count on him. Now, it's not the focus of today's reading, but we definitely want to continue to focus on gratitude when dealing with our higher power too. When things are good, it shouldn't be just when things are bad, okay, I remember that I have a God or I have a universe. It's when things are good, thank you, God, thank you, universe. It has to be part of our practice. I mean, the way they talk about it in church is that, like, those are his favorite, that God's favorite prayers is to hear that, is when people just say thank you. And the pastors always seem to do that, is express gratitude when praying. They ask for help sometimes when people need prayed for. But definitely it's always has a grateful spin to it. So I just want to make sure that I call that out, because I think that's important. I try to write it down, say it, tell you guys about it. Gratitude is a beautiful thing, and it makes me like warm and fuzzy inside, I guess. And it keeps away, the negative shit from our buckets. If we're feeling gratitude, we can't feel all the bad stuff, as a general rule. So that's what I got for you today, beautiful people. I hope that you're having a great Labor Day weekend. Great weekend if you're elsewhere in the world. I will be back tomorrow morning. It'll be a Monday that I don't have to go to work. I love it. It'll be my last Monday at a 9-to-5 corporate American job. How about that, guys? That's pretty exciting. I am expecting to never have to go back. I will never go back to an office or working for someone else to the level where they get to tell me what to do and squash my vision and my plans. That will never happen again. Now it'll be Bobby the Awesome's way, and that's the life I'm going to live. And honestly, I couldn't have done it, I don't believe, without a plan, without the universe taking me on my gambling journey and on my gambling recovery journey and my life journey. So it's pretty exciting because I'm going to not only focus on this new way of life, I'm going to appreciate and value it so much more because I've lived all the other life. Like, I cannot wait to tour the country in my RV. I wasted all that time when I was in the truck stopping at every freaking casino instead of enjoying all the beautiful places in this country. So it will be an amazing adventure to be on, and I'm pretty excited. And it starts in less than a week, guys. So, all right, I know. I'm pretty excited and grateful about a lot of things this morning. What else is new? All right, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.